In a full course on WPF, we would have a different section for each of the controls, each of the features. We would spend days and days on the various parts of WPF. But in an overview course like this one, we don't have that luxury. We have to move on. And so in this section, instead of showing you each of the features, what we'll do is jump in and just build an application. And you'll learn as we go. We'll build a video browser application which allows you to browse for video files, display a list of thumbnails in a list box, and once you select a video file, display it within the form and let you interact with it. Now there's a funny story on the way to this demonstration. I got the idea for this demonstration from early beta documentation that Microsoft provided. The application I found in the documentation was poorly written, didn't really work, and I spent days learning WPF, that's while I was learning WPF, and trying to get this thing to work. Finally got it to work, improved it some, made it look better, added some new features to it. And when I was done, because I knew people on the documentation team, I sent it back to them and said, well, you provided the basis for this, but here's what I ended up with. I thought you might find it interesting. The person I sent it to didn't quite understand the meaning and took that application and put it into the documentation wholesale, including my comments, every bit of code, the entire layout, and everything. So you might find this exact example in the Microsoft documentation. We don't, in general, steal our demos from the Microsoft documentation. I wanted to make it pretty clear here that in this case, they borrowed from us. This is our example, our code, our comments that show up in the Microsoft documentation. So if you find this exact example in the documentation, please understand it came from us, not from them. It's important to understand that.